Step into the ever-evolving world of Second Life, a digital realm where reality and fantasy converge. While it captures the imagination of many, it also invites controversy and skepticism. In today's episode, we take a critical look at a recent provocative YouTube expose that has been met with disbelief and criticism, especially from those familiar with Second Life. We'll dive deeper into these claims, separating fact from fiction. Following the compelling claims made in this YouTube video, Horrifying Truth About the Metaverse by Visual Venture, which aired on February 26, 2023, it's worthwhile to examine these assertions more closely. The video raises some unsettling points about the metaverse, with notable critiques about Second Life, leading to disbelief from those well acquainted with the platform. The commentator appears to have a limited understanding of the platform, seemingly drawing conclusions from scant information without substantial first-hand experience. His views, based on limited data, tend to propagate misconceptions. My book on Second Life was inspired by a need to clarify such misunderstandings. Let's delve into what was said and begin separating the myths from the facts.
I live a Second Life. The massive multiplayer game Second Life is one of the oldest metaverses, but it doesn't have the best reputation.
One of the key reasons Second Life has been saddled with a poor reputation is due to the spread of misinformation, much like what's being presented by this individual.
Second Life was released all the way back in 2003 by Philip Rosedale. It's a completely open-ended virtual world where users can create anything and be anything. In Second Life, you can go to social gatherings, live concerts, and even attend college classes. Yes, college classes. But many people use it to fulfill their dark fantasies too. Second Life has an age rating of 16 and over.
What he's actually referring to is the Teen Grid, which was a part of Second Life, but shut down in 2011. After its closure, 16 and 17-year-olds could still join Second Life, but with strict restrictions limiting their access to certain types of content and areas. As of now, you must be 18 or older to join Second Life. However, just as teenagers might use fake IDs to get into adult clubs in real life, a scenario many of us are familiar with, it's possible for underage individuals to find ways into 18+ platforms. This isn't unique to Second Life. It's a common issue across many platforms. Ultimately, if an underage person manages to circumvent age restrictions, most of the responsibility starts with them, and possibly the parents, not the platform.
But that's not even the age demographic who play the game. The average age of players in this game is 32 years old. And Second Life has been dying for the last 14 years, but people still play it today.
Second Life is dying? Really? Please, have you even logged into Second Life lately? Sure, it's not swarming with millions at any given moment, but let's just take a peek at the hordes rushing to shopping events, dropping serious virtual cash. If that's dying, then it's the liveliest demise I've ever seen. But this YouTuber wouldn't know, never having set virtual foot on Second Life and relying on stale, outdated information.
So what's keeping this slowly dying game alive? Adult content.
Second Life must be the only platform in the world with adult content, right?
An insane 50% of content on Second Life is adult themed, which means that at least 50% of the user base, if not more, engage in adult content and acts on Second Life.
He claims that 50% of the content on Second Life is adult themed, and thus, half the residents must be engaged with it. First off, where exactly is he pulling these statistics from? And what's the big deal about engaging with adult content anyway? It's not as if Second Life holds the monopoly on this. After all, it would be utterly shocking if anyone ever engaged in adult-themed exchanges over SMS or Skype, right? Sex sells, that's always been true, not just on Second Life but universally. However, implying that everything on Second Life revolves around adult content takes things wildly out of context. Engaging in adult content is a personal choice. No one is coerced into it, and certainly not everyone participates. Perhaps this YouTuber should visit an actual sex shop to see the kind of adult content that's on offer there. Because if they think Second Life is explicit, they might want to take a closer look at real life first.
But not all of it is as spicy as you may think, because some of it is just evil. Our writer CJ created an account and explored Second Life, and some things he saw were so graphic that we can't show them to you guys. When you spawn in Second Life, you start out in a dark, dirty alleyway.
You definitely don't start Second Life in a dark, dirty alley. That's just not how it works. From the beginning, there's always been a welcome hub. Think of it as the tutorial level you find in many video games, where you learn the ropes before diving into the main action. Over the years, the Welcome Hub has been revamped to be even more user-friendly and is a moderated space, ensuring there's no adult content. It's designed to help newcomers get acclimated comfortably and safely, not to thrust them into some gritty, shadowy underworld.
If you walk around for a bit, there's a cave that leads into a dungeon. We walked into the dungeon and saw that the walls and floors were painted with red splotches.
To find yourself in the kind of place he mentioned, you really have to go looking for it. On Second Life, all regions are categorized and moderated. You choose your own adventure, whether that's an adult or a general audience area. I myself lived a PG lifestyle in-world for the longest time, and many others do the same. If you don't want to venture into an adult region, you don't have to. There are just as many PG regions available, ensuring that everyone can enjoy their Second Life experience within the bounds they're comfortable with.
There are chains and empty cages hanging from the ceiling, and this equipment isn't meant for animals. There were even posters on the walls that show advertisements of the girls in the dungeon, and all this is happening to the sounds of echoed screaming.
Fantasies are essentially the things we dream about, those intriguing ideas or scenarios that for various reasons we wouldn't actually pursue in real life. They remain just thoughts, products of our imagination. Second Life provides a platform where these fantasies can be enacted virtually.
Sure, none of it is real, but who would make something like this? Whose fantasy is this? If this is the kind of content allowed on Second Life, I wonder what else is on there.
And as he rightly points out, they aren't real, they're fantasies. Indeed, Second Life hosts a wide array of content, some of which might be considered unusual or eccentric. But that's the nature of personal fantasy. Everyone's imagination is different, and just because certain scenarios aren't appealing to one person doesn't give them the right to judge another's preferences. Personally, a lot of what's on Second Life isn't to my taste, but I simply don't engage with the areas that don't align with my values or lifestyle. It's similar to the entertainment world at large. For example, a best-selling crime author isn't evil just because they write about dark, gruesome scenarios. Or consider the movie Saw. To me, it's the most horrific film imaginable, and I can't watch it or any horror movies. Yet, millions of people, including my children, love horror films. Does that make them evil? Absolutely not. We all have different tastes, and what might be horrifying to one might be thrilling to another. The presence of diverse roleplay regions in Second Life, where participants engage in a variety of storylines, doesn't diminish the appeal of the platform. On the contrary, it highlights the richness of the virtual world where people can explore different aspects of themselves and their interests in a safe, creative environment. This variety ensures that there is something for everyone, whether they are looking to enact their fantasies, engage in more traditional gaming experiences, or simply socialize in a space that transcends the physical limitations of the real world. The capacity to choose one's experiences is one of the defining features that makes Second Life a uniquely attractive and enduring virtual universe. Second Life is much more than the sum of its controversies. It's a vibrant, evolving virtual world where the only limit is your imagination. While it offers the freedom to explore any aspect of human experience, whether mundane, fantastical, or controversial, this freedom comes with the responsibility to navigate the world thoughtfully. For a deeper dive into the complexities and positives of this platform, be sure to check out my book, Digital Existence: The Untold Story of Second Life. This book was written to demystify the myths and showcase the many positives of Second Life. As we've seen, what might be a dark corner for one person could be a haven for another, and understanding this diversity is key to appreciating the platform. Let's continue to explore, engage, and respect the myriad experiences that Second Life provides, remembering that, like in the real world, our diversity is our strength. Thank you for joining me on this journey to demystify and celebrate one of the most intriguing digital landscapes in existence. This is Priska Newell from Second Life Spectrum. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep connecting.